Hello, and welcome to a thought provoking session of the Change Making Insight series. I am Anam Vakar, a teacher with over 5 years of teaching experience in the UAE. And today we have the privilege of delving into a crucial topic with our esteemed guest, Mr. Ali, the founder of Yes Network Pakistan, an Ashoka Fellow, and a Soviet scholar. In this session, we'll explore the question, what is wrong with the education system? Mr. Ali, please share your thoughts about the current education system and its challenges. Your insights promise to enlighten us on the path to transformative change. Let's begin the insightful conversation.
Very much, Anna. It's a great question. What is wrong with the education system? But before I answer this question, may I ask you, can you handle the truth? You see, the present education system denies the ownership of the self. It denies the ownership of the society. It rewards mental obedience. It breeds slave mentality. It forces young people to live an unexamined and automatic life. There is no difference between educational slavery and chattel slavery. Both deny the freedom to take initiative. The school curriculum is like a mental coffin for children and young people who wanted to create, invent, and innovate. This entire system is designed to control the minds and bodies of young people and to produce a population which can easily be managed or manipulated. It seems to me that this education system is taking away the abilities of young people to create, invent, and innovate in a very systematic and organized manner. It is all done through social engineering and behavioral conditioning. You see, schools are trying to hammer down individual differences. They are trying to turn off individual sparks. They're forcing young people and children to think and act in a similar manner. And sometimes I really wonder that this entire system is designed to basically have a social control of youth population. You see, education is used as a tool to isolate young people from interacting with the real world, real scenarios, real problems, real characters. Education is taking place in ivory towers, where the residents of the towers have absolutely no idea about the pain, about the suffering, about the deprivations of the people living outside these towers. You see, this education has an anti-educational effect on young people. It is forcing young people to live a life of heedlessness. They have eyes, they see not. They have ears, they hear not. They have mind, they think not. And they have hearts, they feel not. You see, it is such a horrible idea to think even for a moment that our children and young people are not capable of producing something valuable for the society. We know so little about children and young people. You see, we have excluded such a massive amount of young people from participation in productive activities. And our best chance to achieve sustainable development goals is to activate these young people as change makers. And I believe that even if all young people get educated through this education system, trust me, we will never be able to solve our problems. You see, grades come in their way to use their power of imagination. Grades come in their way to produce something valuable for the society. You see, our children and young people can solve many of our small problems. Remember, many big problems we are facing today, like climate change, environmental challenges, they were small at one point. If we activate young people as change makers, they can really solve many of our small problems. But unfortunately, you see, when you look at the products of this education system, they are useless. They are useless for themselves and the society, and most of the learning is useless. When young people come out of educational institutions, they are suffering from a mental disability. They are unable to break the old paradigm. Are you not surprised to see that we are producing a record number of graduates every year? Just take a look at the number of graduates we produce. You see, we produce professionals, doctors, engineers, scientists, accountants, social workers, counselors. Despite of the fact there is a huge unmet service need in all these areas, but somehow these young people stay away from action. They never reveal themselves. They remain neutral. They don't take any action. They act as bystanders and onlookers. If education fails to activate you as change makers, then it is not education, it's a miseducation. And I personally feel in the 21st century, the most eligible person for success is someone who has the ability to feel the pain of others and to take action to address that pain. And I think nothing can be more disgraceful to have a youth population who is rich in knowledge but very poor in action. And unfortunately, this education gives an illusion of competence to young people. They think they are the most intelligent people in the world. I have interviewed thousands of young people during last 25 years of my career, and I've interviewed many people who achieved gold medals, scored very high, and trust me, they have never ever used the power of imagination. They think they're very intelligent, but when I ask them, have they ever used the power of imagination? Most of them declined. They have never used this. They have never used the power of change making to produce something valuable for the society. But they think they're the most intelligent. They're epitome of intelligence. They can't even see a stone in their paths. This is unbelievable. You just imagine, what kind of population we are producing through educational institutions. And if you doubt what I'm saying, I challenge you, just go out and stand in front of any educational institution, technical institution, even religious institution, and see that when these young people or children come out of these institutions, they show no sense, traffic sense, no environment sense, no moral sense, no civic sense. They're completely out of touch with the society. And I will not blame these young people and children, honestly speaking, because remember, these children and young people are growing up in paradigms, and these paradigms are controlled by adults, and these paradigms are controlling their effectiveness, their results, and their outcomes. If we change the paradigm, we change the results for them. You see, society has packed the days of children and young people in a manner they have no time and energy left to look around what is happening. And I personally feel that young people educated only in educational institutions are not educated at all. Just take a look at the age of school living children. Age of school living is getting higher and higher. When you take a look at the students who are coming out of universities, they're already touching, late 20s and high 30s. They have already spent the best time of their life. They're no longer youth. They have spent the entire youth doing nothing practical. They stay away from action. So this is the opportunity cost. Young people cannot find the purpose of their life, cannot find the mission of their life by sitting in the classrooms. And those young people who find by default, by chance, what happens, they have to drop out from the system to pursue their dream or goals. So see, young people are the products of the belief system around them, and unfortunately the belief system around them is very limiting. A single teacher with the wrong belief system is enough to turn down the change making power of thousands of young people. Similarly, a single teacher with the right belief system can really activate thousands of young people who can really solve many of our issues. But unfortunately today, young people are surrounded by thousands of people who only follow change, not drive change. They have teachers who are busy in knowledge repetition, skill repetition. They have friends and peers who are also busy in consuming value, not creating value. You see, young people are desperate to become a number, a copy. And honestly, when I hear these cute little slogans like education for all, it means to me submission by all, surrender by all. When I hear this slogan, no child should be left behind, it means to me that no child should be left behind in giving up their change making power. When I hear this slogan, that young people are our future, it means to me that stay away from action, focus on the studies, learn outdated knowledge and skills, spend the entire youth doing nothing practical. So you see, just take a look. In the end, I would say just take a look at young people who are struggling after receiving this education in comparison to those who are excelling. It is very clear and evident that a vast majority of young people today are struggling. This education system is failing more young people than helping young people. According to a NASA, recently NASA has carried out a study, and according to this study, it was done among children aged 4 and 5 to see their level of creativity. Can you believe this? 98% children ranked in the category of creative genius. And then what happened? Society takes away their ability to create, invent, and innovate. These kids did not go to any school. They did not take any entrepreneurship classes. They have no social media accounts, but they rank in the category of creative genius. And it's a longitudinal study. When these kids reach the age of 15, you know what happens? Their creativity level drops down to 12%. This is what our education is doing to our children and young people. It is taking away their ability to create, invent, and innovate. In the end, I would say many would argue with me that this education is helping a few young people. So I would say to them, you may find a piece of bread in the garbage if you search long enough. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Ali, for sharing such powerful and eye opening thoughts on the challenges within our education system. Your insights have undoubtedly sparked crucial reflections, and I believe our audience joins me in appreciating your wisdom. I wish our stakeholders would listen to it and realize what is missing. Thank you, Mr. Ali, for your invaluable contributions to our ongoing journey in the Change Making Insight series. I am Anam Vakar signing off. See you in another exciting session. Thank you.